What is the Great Reset? Why is it such a big deal? And how do we resist it and energize humanity to understand this is 21st century warfare? Jay Dyer.
This is an at least 100-year-old technocratic plan. You've got people like H.G. Wells. You've got people like Bertrand Russell. They said 100+ years ago that what they would bring in eventually was a plan to integrate every continent, every nation into a global government under a technocratic bureaucracy. Unelected, you don't have any say-so in it. And so this plan has continuity, and it's global. It's not located in one place. And now we know from 2018, explicitly through the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Klaus Schwab's book, he lays it all out. He says at the beginning of the book that we're going to inculcate a new ethic. He calls it a new covenant using religious language. It's a new covenant that will brainwash the youth mainly. And so then when they come into, their flourishing period, they're going to accept this, and it includes every aspect of society. It's a rewrite. It's a synthetic rewrite of biology. It's a integration of all the economies into one global economy. It's a cashless society. It's a track and trace society. And Klaus even goes to the point of mentioning microchips. He says everybody's going to take a microchip. It's going to be integrated into a satellite network. That's what the great
he said we're going to merge humans with machines. And then now even the British Prime Minister is saying that.
Yeah, Trudeau says it. Trudeau says this is the opportunity right now. We've been looking for it. That's why Klaus wrote his book 2018. And then he writes another book saying, this is the excuse. Now bring it in.
And he says COVID isn't even a threat. We're using it for that. Why are they being honest about it?
Externalization of the hierarchy. This is the idea that once you've gotten the population to a certain point, they think they can just say it outright. And it's a gaslighting. It's like a kind of, we're going to throw this in your face. By the way, it doesn't exist, but by the way, it does. That's why I think they do it.
Absolutely. Nick Fuentes, you've been laying this out. What's your perspective on how we stop it?
Well, I think that this is basically the last stand here. I think that what Jay is saying is true. And if you read the book that Klaus Schwab wrote about COVID, this is the excuse that they're using. And this is the pretext. This is the transition when they're going to make their move here. So the way that we have to stop it is there needs to be a unity among everybody that is basically pro-humanity. This isn't even really, in some sense, a right-wing thing. It's really more about defending our biological, spiritual, and cultural integrity as a people against, you could say, transhumanism, globalism, whatever you want to call it. And I really do believe that's what President Trump did in a more implicit way in 2016. It was a lot of Obama voters that went for Trump in 2016.
And Trump was announcing it's about you, the people, a human world, a world for humans. He was directly challenging it.
Exactly. It wasn't the typical Beltway conservatism articulated by people like William F. Buckley or even Ronald Reagan or something like that. It was something, I think, that was a little bit more with a universal appeal, a universal call and a cry out against what I think everybody's been witnessing happening, which is a society that is not human, and the total homogenization of the entire planet, the destruction of culture, the destruction of humanity.
And so what we do know is that you need to be taking zinc, you need to be taking vitamin D, you can take some magnesium and some other stuff. But look, I've traveled this whole pandemic and I'm fine.
I'm glad you brought this up. They always go, my God, they're not wearing masks, 500,000 or more at the Capitol. Where are we? I'm at hundreds of these rallies. I'm great because I'm taking zinc, vitamin C.
Yeah, totally. Well, and it's a war against our bodies. It's a war against our minds. It always has been. And, you talk about psychic vampirism. It's also a form of biological vampirism. I think the end game for them is really it's about immortality. When you start to get into transhumanism and what they want to do, integrating the biological with the machine, I think it's
test on us.
They do. And we are all supposed to be fed into this great big societal machine, like Soylent Green, basically, so that they can live forever. I think that people like George Soros and the head of
expendable.
That's right. And we are all going to die, essentially. They will steal our life force so that they can perpetuate themselves, this like technocratic elite. It's disgusting what they're doing.
And they say that themselves.
They do. And they're not even hiding it. That's the scariest thing. People don't know about it because it's those people that control all the media. If they don't talk
I want to get to the election, but the election is just an expression of this takeover. And they were arrogant before. We were exposing them and beavering and getting the word out. Millions were. They've got to be freaked out now because we already told everybody it's coming. Now they've launched the attack. It's not going to go the way they thought. Jay Dyer, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're able to have, within a week, a gigantic crowd, 1 million in D.C. This is insane, right? So this is a message to the media that no matter how many lies and no matter how much BS you clamp on everybody's mind.
We're becoming immune to your horse manure.
It's not working. It's falling apart. And within no time, people can show up at a rally, right? I can drive 6 hours. We're here. People are here. That is, I think, a threat to the media. The media knows that they are losing. They've been doubling down, right? They won't back off. They double down, and it only hurts them. So they're destroying themselves. That's our greatest
I remember
advantage.
at Davos like 5 years ago, they said they should not. It was Schwab. It was they should not have money to be able to come here and protest us. We must make them poor. That's a quote I got to pull up. He said we want to make them poor so they can't protest us. That's all this is. They stole all the wealth. Now they want to bankrupt us, so we're like literally can't even get food.
It's a
For your own good, I'm going to do it for you. And he's like you said, a Blofeld, his little belly's out. He's got a little suit on. He's like, I'm going to love you by killing you.
He's wearing like space medallions, like he's from space. You were talking about aliens. In that video that they put out, that actually Twitter deleted that. Did you see that it had over 1 million views from 2016, the World Economic Forum, with their 8-point plan about how, and they had to delete that. But one of those was about maybe we'll find alien life and you'll submit to this kind of new ET mythology of panspermia.
We want you to take ships and humans are bad and there's an alien going to help you. Obviously, is it interdimensional? Is it spiritual? How are they want to be the aliens? Like Ray Kurzweil said, I don't believe in God. I'm going to be God.
Well, if you watch a bunch of alien movies, what are the aliens always doing? The very thing that the elites do. So I think in movies, aliens represent our elite because they always want to depopulate.
They're the Morlocks. We're the Eloi.
Yeah, you're not evolved, right? You don't have gigantic heads like the aliens have. You need to be experimented on. And by the way,
for yourself.
That was
Alex, you got a big face. I don't know about a big head. No, but it's interesting too because these aliens usually are naked, right? And they're not ashamed of their nakedness. And they're without sin. They're these pre-human creatures, pre-garden creatures. It's all stupid. It's really kind of interesting that we're all talking about some of the same thing. But yes, they believe in eternal life, and we believe in eternal life. But they believe that heaven must be manifested here.
We have to submit and give up our free will to make heaven. God says we have free will and then choose freedom and we get heaven.
Right. And so this is the last fight. And it's amazing what everyone has been able to accomplish together. When I'm on the phone, I mean, you've watched me. I take about 150 calls now a day. And there's no ego. Everyone's just put bodies in the streets. No staging, no permits, no lights. Don't ask me to make a speech candidate. It's all about just fighting the system. And what I'm telling you is I think we were at the 99 out of 100. We were about to die. And they need us to be their slaves. So the good thing is that we can't lose if we stay in the streets. We cannot lose because they need slaves to build the pyramids. And I'm not building their damn pyramid.
And that's how it should be. That's how it should have been from the beginning. They should have kept the people from the Trump campaign and put them in the White House. A lot of the problem is they filled it up with Republican committee people and Rubio alum and so on.
What is it left today? 60 days, 59 days? My God, the countdown's incredible.
It's moving very rapidly.
Inauguration.
Yeah, and we're getting very close. I think the good thing is, and this is maybe the most encouraging fact, is if we pull this off, can you imagine how pissed off President Trump will be when he gets inaugurated? And at all the right people. He'll have a White House full of loyalists.
No more games.
No games. No saboteurs. No fakers. No sunshine GOP people. It will turn into the permanent revolution. That will turn into the war presidency that it should have been in 2016.
And not a war overseas, a war to get our republic back.
That's right. Yeah, not a war in Iraq or in Afghanistan, a war right here, and specifically in D.C. against the swamp people.
Your take on this. If, just in a nutshell, if they're able to put their little crypt keeper puppet creature in there, what does that do to America? Just gestalt versus if we prove it's a fraud and put Trump in, then they go really crazy.
Right. So one thing that reminded me of, if you remember, Quigley, Biden, Clinton, that nexus is all about the third way. And the third way idea was to merge the West and its capitalism with the communism of Eurasia to have this synthesis that they called the third way. And that was something that Clinton was a big proponent of. And you're getting, I think, with Biden, that nexus, that merging synthesis.
Oh, that's the admitted plan.
Yes, exactly.
Which they tell the minions, we're going to merge capitalism and communism. We really just all become slaves.
Well, if Biden is in, that's the trek that we're going to take. If it's reversed and if Trump is elected, which I think he was, I think he won. I don't think there's any question about it. I think it's so obvious that there was so much. I mean, the mere fact that they stopped the states They stopped count. Has this ever happened before? You just stopping?
No, it's incredibly obvious.
Preposterous.
And how did all the states do it together? It was coordinated.
Exactly, it was coordinated. It had to be coordinated. And so that means that what we will get is I mean, people are going to riot in the streets. Now, I would rather face people mad in the streets with Trump elected
than a globalist commie takeover and an endless lockdown. I agree. But think about that. It's a key. As Giuliani said, it's all coordinated. I think Giuliani did a great job. Look at that. All those 5 states at the same time shut down and stopped counting, but then secretly kept counting. Jay, are you getting more?
How could they say that there's no evidence of fraud when that is the most obvious fact of fraud and chicanery?
Yeah, who made that call?
That's ludicrous.
Yeah. Look, folks, this is what I think has been missing from people. Well, Fox News, forget them. But what Tucker Carlson's show should be is to get a political science up there for an hour and describe demographics. Because people like me are dying to tell the public, you can't win Florida and Ohio by larger margins and then suddenly lose white people in the Rust Belt where Trump is strong. I know they stole Wisconsin. I know. Oh, and then
gaining blacks, Hispanics, and women, but not white men. Because those white men are dead, folks.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that. And then there's women.
Bunch of dead old white dudes are voting Biden in.
Right. So remember, if you guys will remember the headlines, Trump loses seniors, COVID response inadequate. Well, then why weren't we 20 points behind in Florida? We were never going to lose Florida.
Right. Trump won all those states with bigger margins, was winning the disputed ones with bigger margins till they shut it down.
Right. And so people like me who have worked 100 federal campaigns want to say South Carolina's 1st congressional district, Arizona, and Florida will tell you what white retirees are doing. And we knew that they weren't abandoning us. We know that we had a small dip in them, but we knew we weren't losing them by double margins.
Here's an analogy.
The polling's a lie.
You're watching a NASCAR race, and there's a car a whole lap ahead. They turn the lights off for 5 minutes, and that car's crashed, and the other cars are ahead of it. You're like, this is a fraud. I mean, it's a scam.
It's a total scam.
All right, Ali Alexander's bouncing off the wall. So am I. We got Jay Dyer. And of course, we've got Nick Fuentes. So closing comments from all you guys. I want to appreciate you on the show today. We're about to get in the car in a little while and drive up to the governor's mansion here in Atlanta. Crazy things happening. Who should start first?
I'll start first. I'm high energy. I'm excited. I feel activated. We've been watching this happen for years, and now we're making it happen. Now we're making history happen right now. And I don't think there's any better feeling than this unifying mindset that we're all working towards the same objective and we're all leaving it all on the line. And there's something kind of incredible about seeing that. And also, our followers and fans are doing the same. It's a real unifying moment, people coming together in the great struggle that we all knew, I think we all knew was going to happen eventually. We've been watching them. The globalists are making their play, and now we're making our play too. It was their turn for a long time, and now it's our turn. So I'm feeling really good. But, of course, we got to keep our foot on the gas and keep it going all the way through the inauguration, maybe even afterwards. But I think that this is maybe the best outcome that could have happened. We are really delegitimizing the system, and we're galvanizing the people.
I think this is great. I'm really I'm emboldened by what I've seen today. The speeches were great. Now I understand Alex's voice because I actually lost mine screaming. I've never had that happen before, but now I understand the voice. But yeah, no, Nick motivated me. Ali motivated me. This is great. I think that the elite are going to lose, and they're going to lose because God is in charge. And we know the end of the story. We've been told, in the scriptures what's going to happen. We know that the elite serving basically Satan, they're not going to win. We know that Christ has already pretty much won. And so now we're just waiting for that final victory. And so I'm not worried about the day-to-day. I think that we do have to get out there and fight.
Well, exactly. Christ has won, but we have to accept Christ, not the fake church Christ, the real one that's inside of us. We have to accept that. We've already been given the victory, but we have to accept the victory.
And act on it. Exactly.
We have to be out there. We have to occupy. It's not a given. When it comes to the left and left-wing causes, they're out no matter what. It's not a redundancy. And if we weren't out there at the state capitol, people wouldn't be out at the state capitol today. That's unbelievable.
That's right. Leaders have to do it. 1 becomes 5, 5 becomes 10, 10 becomes 100, 10 becomes 1,000. It just goes on and on. We have to do it because the globalists think we're these programmable creatures that just do what we're told. And we have to be outside the box. Jay Dyer, we're almost out of time. What do you think about this historic moment right now?
No, this is amazing. I would like to add that a lot of people come under the impression from being beaten down by the media, being beaten down in these brainwashing camps called schools, that you can't do anything, that you're worthless, you're guilty for who you are, for just existing, and it's all lies. You can take action. Everybody can make a difference, and it's not the case that just because you went through all this nonsense, you can't take action and change things. I think there's a misuse of human potential that's this new age nonsense, but there really is human potential. And if people get activated, motivated, take action, it won't, the system won't work.
It's all about making us programmable. If we get outside the box, it's over.
Right.
It's true. And people can rise up. We have the power to do that. People think that because of the institutions that are against us, that we don't stand a chance. And Jay, you're exactly right. They lead us to believe that we have no power. The power is in our hands. It's up to us to break the mental shackles.
And I know this audience knows that. They just have to continue to stay engaged, knowing it's just going to get crazier from here. And everything you do in the future will only make you stronger resisting this. Those that give into it are just grounded and destroyed. You're all going to become leaders in this fight as things become more intense.